These are the notes about the time she spent with him. I mean, they're full of facts, but they don't mean a thing. It's hard to describe what it's like, Jim. I mean, the only peace I have is when I'm asleep. The days are like a nightmare. It's late at night. You open the door to a stranger who's bleeding hard from the head. And as you let him in, you look out across the snow and there's not a footprint, not anywhere. What kind of a thing is it that can move across the world without leaving a trace? That's Archie Reagan.
I wish I could help you. I only saw Katrina twice. Most of it was about you. She said she'd met somebody, a man.
Well, what did she say? Tell me exactly.
Nothing, that's all. She didn't know what to wear. I called Sarah.
Sarah?
My daughter, didn't she mention that?
No.
But it didn't concern this chap. They went shopping together. You know, the more I think about it, I think we should see Sarah.
Sit down.
Thank you.
Would you like a drink?
I'd love a beer, but I suppose you've only got some of that Mexican stuff, have you?
Daddy can't understand why anyone would put a slice of lime in their beer.
Silly Daddy.
What about you, Hal?
Oh, no, thank you. I don't drink.
I swear.
Oh, years, James. I really can't remember, but years. Did she tell you how she met Archie?
At Qantas, I think.
That's right.
He was cashing in a couple of tickets.
One.
No, it was more than one. I'm sure it was tickets.
No, because here in the notes she said, he convinced the clerk to give me the seat booked in his name.
No, I'm probably wrong. It's just I think she said something about him traveling with someone. I guess I just assumed it.
Yeah. I want to know if he cancelled another ticket that day.
No, I would have shown up.
Why?
Well, if he booked them together. Now, remember the same family, so...
No, say they weren't. Say it was another name. He just handed over their ticket and cancelled on their behalf.
Have you got the ticket number there?
Yes.
Okay, we'll check the numbers either side. It's the most logical place to start. There you go. Ticket cancelled the same day, same place. Booked in the name of Jane Mitchell, flat 4, 26 Park Road, Shepherd's Bush.
Thank you. Miss Mitchell?
Yes.
You don't know me, but I'm looking for this man. Do you know him?
What do you want?
I want to find him.
Are you from the police?
What makes you ask that? No, I'm not. Who is he, Miss Mitchell?
It's Sam. Samuel Morris.
Oh, I see. Do you mind if I come in? Thank you.
I didn't know him very long. He was charming. He had a way with words. I thought he meant what he said.
What did he do for a job?
He imported things. Antiques mostly, from India.
And he was going to take you there, was he, on the way to Australia?
Yes. I haven't been home for 5 years. He had a business in Goa, and we were going to spend Easter there. He booked us a beautiful hotel right on the beach. He said it was the sort of place where the whole world falls in love.
And what happened?
I was in Hammersmith. 2 days before we were due to leave. I'd never been to India, and I finally found a fella who... Anyway, I was daydreaming, and I stepped in front of a car. I was in hospital for a month.
What did he do?
He came to visit me the first day. He was very angry. I never saw him again.
Where did he live, Miss Mitchell?
In Wimbledon. I never went there. He used to come here. He said it was being renovated.
How did he know you were in hospital? You say that he visited you.
My girlfriend telephoned him.
Do you still have the number?
874-2306.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, did he ever give you something, something quite special and quite expensive?
He made a big deal of it. It was for the trip. I'll show you. Just things we did together. Card. Silly, isn't it?
No, it's not silly.
I can't forget him.
Oh, yes, you can. Let me show you something.
What is it?
It's a death sentence. It's for heroin. You didn't lose him. Don't ever think that. You saved your life.
Nothing on Samuel Morris. If he exists, which I doubt, he doesn't mean anything to us. As for the phone number, it's registered to a private company. That's the address.
Oh, thank you. Oh, excuse me. I think I must have the wrong address. I'm looking for a Mr. Samuel Morris.
No, there's no Morris round here. There's one in Larkham Square, but he's a William.
That's strange. I was told number 2. Are you sure?
No, it can't be number 2. Yeah, that's Mr. Rogers.
Oh.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, look, what's going on?
I've no idea. Someone must have their lines crossed. I'm supposed to interview the man.
Oh, you from a paper, are you?
Yeah, Country Life, actually. Is Mr. Rogers a, is he an antique dealer?
Oh, no, he works on an airline.
Oh, antiques on the side, I suppose. Air India, is it?
Could be. He's always going there.
Let me guess. You're going to tell me that's where he is now, right?
Well, probably. I saw him get into a cab. He had luggage with him.
When?
Oh, day before yesterday.
Thank you. All right, Gordon. Hello?
Hal, it's Richard. I've just heard from the other side. They've set a date for the trial.
When?
Well, they're not hanging about. 2 weeks. How are you going?
Well, I found another girl. It's all exactly the same.
But now he's gone again.
Where?
Goa. The bastard's in Goa. I know it.
How's Katrina?
She's all right. Mandy Engels, you know, the 7 kilos.
Yes?
Well, her trial's over. Everyone's waiting for the verdict. I think that's on Kat's mind.
Yeah. How did it go?
The boy should be okay. He obviously doesn't know what's going on. She pleaded guilty, which should help her, but I think it depends on how tough they're going to play it.
You don't sound very confident.
I'm not.
death row. What about Billy? They kept running his head. They kept asking him questions. I tried to stop him. The silly bastard wanted to help. No. I can't execute a kid like him. Come on. You leave her! You leave her! Go! Leave her! You leave her! Leave her! Come on!
What about an appeal? What do the lawyers say?
What's the point? Pleaded guilty.
But for Billy,
Even our lawyers reckon our best chance is kiss the king's ass and beg for mercy.
when do you have to decide?
Get a week. I've already decided. I want it over. The king's gonna help us. He's gonna do it whether we've appealed or not.
I was hoping you might be able to help me. I'm trying to find this man.
Can I be of assistance, sir?
Yes, do you know him?
He stayed here twice. Once as Mr. Rogers and the other as Regan.
Strange, isn't he?
Different girls both times. You know how it is.
Is he here now?
No, not for several weeks. Probably his wife found out.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, I have never seen him before.
No, I don't think I know him.
I'm sorry. He checked out
When?
about half an hour ago.
Where to?
The airport.
What name? Regan, Rogers, Morris. Hurry, please.
Stanton.
Stanton?
That's right. His name's Stanton.
Thank you. Sir, have a nice flight.
Thank you, we certainly will.
I'm so sorry. This is very, very urgent. Excuse me, I'm looking for a man, a passenger, the name of Stanton.
If you would just wait a moment, sir.
I can't wait. Help me. Look, please, will you just check in your computer any flight of the next hour? The man calls himself Stanton. Please.
All passengers to the departure gate.
Sir, where do you think you're going, sir?
I'm sorry, can I?
What do you have, sir?
What
seems to be the matter, sir?
Officer, that man over there in Thailand has a drug charge out against.
What's his name?
Well, he's calling himself Stanton.
Look in your card, see if there's a Stanton. You're making a mistake. There's no Stanton. Must be a different man.
No mistake, it's just a different name.
What name?
Well,
Who are you?
I'm a solicitor.
Is there a warrant for that man?
No.
You said a charge. What charge?
Well, I was wrong. There's no charge. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I thought for a moment there was... But I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Where did he go?
Oh, God knows.
Bombay, Australia.
What about the police?
Oh, very helpful.
Helpful. They almost arrested me.
What's he going to do then?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I have some bad news. Mandy Engels and her brother were
Both sentenced to death. How?
I heard.
I'm moving. I rang Grace Brothers, but they just couldn't do it. Death row's not in their route. Up to the king now.
No, not that.
Give us it. I bought the bloody thing. It's mine.
We need it.
Oh, I'll leave it to you in me will. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I like it. Everyone's acting like it's a bloody Lions Club. You even get to meet the governor. Is Billy okay? I don't know. Get to see him in a minute. At least you won't have to look after him, eh? They won't do it, you watch. They won't. No, of course they won't. Night of the ball. King's going to arrive with a glass slipper. I'm going to be the new Miss Toyland. Ah, it's really nice, Esther. Lucky charm. Is it bulletproof?
In the Dharmas it says, better than 100 years, not considering how all things arise and pass away, is a single day of life if one considers how all things arise and pass away.
Tell me about it.
Come.
Yeah, see us. Don't forget to write.
I nearly touched him, damn it. Another yard, and I would have. But I didn't. All I did was to confirm my early suspicion that he's a good deal cleverer than I am.
It's not over yet.
Well, as good as, unless you've had more luck than I have.
All the evidence seems to be against us. The government's cracking down. I've been up to my ears in precedents, and I can't find one to support our case. And we don't have a witness. Except perhaps for you. Now, maybe we can't deliver Archie Regan, but we can produce someone who knows exactly how he works. You said yourself you almost touched him.
But that's not a defense. Courts don't believe in shadows. They want substance.
Yes, I know we're a little short in the substance department, but we're going to have to give them whatever we can. You're going to have to stand up there and tell the court everything you know about how this man operates. It won't be easy, but I'll lead you through it. Now, somehow, we've got to make them believe the truth.
How can I persuade a court that he even exists? I don't know his name. He's not on any police records. He's a phantom.
Yes, it's flimsy. Now, if you and I can introduce even the slightest uncertainty into the mind of just one of those judges, that it's not Katrina but Archie Regan who's responsible for the contents of that bag, then maybe, just maybe, we have a case. Believe me, there's nothing else. Come. Come on. You may write if you wish.
Who to?
Anyone you want.
Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. I worked hard all my lifetime. No help from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz?
Nè! You! Yes, you! For you.
ผู้ต้องหานางสาวแคทรินาสแตนตันโปรดยืนขึ้นแสดงตัวนางสาวแคทรินาสแตนตันวันนี้
You, Katrina Stanton, are charged under Section 65, Chapter 12 of the Narcotics Act for exporting 2.4 kilograms of pure heroin for the purpose of distribution. Aren't you pleased?
Not guilty.
ไม่มีความผิดค่ะ
อัยการพร้อมที่จะดำเนินคดีของคุณแล้วหรือยัง
พร้อมแล้วครับศาลที่เคารพพยานปากแรกของเราคือพันตำรวจตรีอุดมแห่งหน่วยปราบปรามยาเสพติดให้โทษวันนี้ผมให้ขอเบิกตัวพยานครับผมพระเจ้าขอสาบานว่าจะพูดความจริงทั้งหมดหากข้าพเจ้าให้การเป็นพยานเท็จขอพระเจ้าเยียวยาภายใน3 วัน 7 วันหากพระเจ้าพูดความจริงขอ
A man. Aki again.
Write it down. There is no remission. There is just death.
Get me the case. Where would you have it?
In Thailand, death is by machine gun. I'm trying to help you, little girl.
พมหานคร
Criminal Court of Bangkok now passes down this judgment in the name of His Majesty the King. The court has duly examined all the evidence and has come to the conclusion that the defendant is guilty of exporting heroin narcotics for the purpose of distribution. The court hereby sentences the defendant to death.
And giving intelligence to the enemy. The court finds you, Captain Harold Stanton, guilty, and sentences you to be cashiered. March out, the accused.
It's important that we don't see this decision as being final.
We're lodging the appeal, of course. I did the documents overnight. It's being typed now, so with a bit of luck, it should be there by this afternoon.
Now, I think we ought to hire a Thai lawyer. There's a couple I know who are very well connected. We might need their help.
If it goes to the king, you mean?
Well, I'm very confident of the appeal. I'm very confident indeed. But just in case, there's no harm in being cautious. Oh, I brought you some things. There's a friend of mine, she's a doctor. She's told me which ones. There's some sleeping pills. Now, they're quite strong, so no more than 2. And this is it's a sedative.
No. They won't let me keep them.
Well, if there's anything else you need, just let us know. We'll be coming every day.
Does my father know what's happened?
Well, I'm sure he reads the newspapers.
We're both tired. We both live here. There's no point in running down the ties. They're only doing what governments all around the world have to do. They're trying to reconcile the law with religion.
Well, either the law is wrong or God is. Either life is sacred or it isn't. Can't have it both ways.
Forget it, Hal. I don't need an argument about capital punishment. Not now.
Because you believe there wouldn't be a problem if everyone obeyed the law.
That's right. There wouldn't.
I've seen the law at work, Richard. I saw it in that jail 40 years ago. According to the Japanese, what they were doing was perfectly legal.
I'm going home and I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same.
At least they weren't hypocrites. They didn't have any levers, no blindfolds. Kneel them down, bend them over, and over.
Shut up, Hal. It's not the time for it.
I never told you the end of it.
I know the end. You were cashiered.
No, that was just a postscript. As I told you, they were captured and executed the same day. The date was the 5th of August, 1945. Doesn't that date mean anything to you?
No.
The following day, at 8:15 in the morning, a plane called the Enola Gay flew over a Japanese city. It dropped a bomb. A single bomb. I doubt if anyone in Hiroshima even saw it. 30 seconds later, the war was as good as over. 3 years of starvation, cruelty, the most dreadful deprivation. 3 years. And they died for the sake of one day. And that was the end of it. They wanted it so much just to be free. 5 days later, we all were. That morning we woke up, the Japanese were gone. It was all over, everything forgotten. The war, prisoners, their version of the law, all over. Everything, just forgotten. Richard. Richard! 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 Thought you were going to bed.
I'm writing to the Australian government asking them to intervene. If it's another argument, Hal, I don't have the energy.
There's a way out, or at least half a way.
What are you talking about?
Those men I was telling you about, they found their way down to a series of chambers. They'd been tunneling. They were as good as out, except for me. Next day, Hiroshima was leveled. The Japs didn't have time to do anything about it. They just put a guard on it and left it, and then the war was over.
It's over for 40 years, Hal. Anything could have happened.
Well, of course it could, but it's a better bet than any appeal.
No, Hal, no.
You haven't even thought about it.
I don't have to. I'm a lawyer. We follow the law. We go to appeal. We petition the government.
You can petition the Pope for all the good it'll do. You know yourself, all bets are off. Next week or next month, it'll be our turn.
It's the law, Hal. It's how I've been raised. It's all that we've got. It's all that stands between us and chaos. The law.
And what if the law is wrong?
Well, that's better than the jungle.
Is she innocent? Well, come on, Richard. You're never slow to sit in judgment. What's your verdict? Is she innocent or not?
Of course she is.
But you're happy to sacrifice her to the law.
That's not true, and you know it.
I'll tell you what's true, Richard. You're twisting and turning. You're trying to grab onto something that'll stop you having to face this thing. You're using the law as a shield, Richard, just as I once hid behind the welfare of my men. The truth is, I wouldn't stand up and say this is wrong. I didn't do it because I didn't have the courage to do it. And let me tell you this, Richard, you walk away tonight. You let some great injustice occur and not raise your hand in anger, and it's going to become part of you. For the rest of your life, you're going to wear it like a hump on your back. And sometime, when you think it's gone and forgotten, it's going to rear up out of the belly of your past and strike you down. It's going to strike and strike until there's nothing left. Nothing left but ruins. Turn around, Richard. Look at me. You see this? Do you see what fear can do to a man?
You said half a way out. If we are going to do it, you'd better tell me the rest.
Yeah, there was a dumb waiter, you know, a small lift. The shaft had been blocked off years ago until one of the men found a way down into it.
Where did it go?
But originally it brought food from the kitchen. That's what the chambers were before they were sealed off, up to the hospital.
Hospital? Where's the hospital?
Wait a second. Now, you see, now, what they did was they came down the shaft into the kitchen. It was all like a game at first, until one of them realized that the entire place was built on a mudflat. Somewhere underneath the jail, there had to be a drainage system leading straight to the river. They worked between patrols, 2 hours a night, digging up the concrete floor. It took them 2 months, and then they found it. A storm water channel running right underneath the kitchen. It went straight down to the river.
Then you stepped in?
Yes. The rest you know.
What's the state of it now? I mean, surely it's been sealed up.
Well, just the entrance, that's my guess. You know the ties. They won't have done a proper job. Anyway, it was the end of the war. It was chaos. They'll have just patched it up and forgot about it.
Even so, it's a hell of a gamble.
No, it's not, Richard. That's the beauty of it, not compared with the alternative. I mean, what chance have you got against a machine gun?
You said before half a way out. What do you mean?
Well, you asked me where the hospital was. That's the other half. It's in the men's section.
Oh, that's a small point, Hal. Nevertheless, I think you'll agree it's a significant one, especially if you're a woman. What do you suggest? Sex change?
I suggest you apply your mind to it. That's what I suggest. An hour ago, we had an execution. Now we've got this. There's got to be a way to get her in there. Damn it, it's hospital, isn't it?